So it's over. I got older. There were hundreds.
Well, actually, I had cancer for almost 4 years, and I was diagnosed in 2002, and it was lymphoma, and it started to spread. At first, I really didn't want to have any chemotherapy because I was really scared of chemotherapy. I'd seen 2 people die who were on chemotherapy, so. But the cancer unfortunately spread, even though I was trying a lot of different alternative things. And looking back on hindsight, I know that the major reason was because of a lot of fear that I was going through at the time. But on the morning of February the 2nd, I didn't wake up. And apparently my body completely swelled up. And my husband called my doctor and he said to just rush me to the hospital. And so when I went into that hospital, the doctors basically said that this was it. I was dying. And it's even written in my medical records that they informed my family that this was it. I wasn't going to come out of the coma. And these were my last few hours. It would be 36 hours at the most. That was all I had. But while everybody thought that I was in a coma, I was just in this really, really beautiful place. It was, it was really, really amazing, and I was aware of everything that was happening around me. I was aware of my family being really distraught, and actually it's quite emotional because I didn't understand why they were so distraught, because I was feeling so good. I was feeling really free, like all that pain and all that suffering from the last few years of having the cancer and all the pain in my body and everything. I was free from it. I felt really light, really, really light. And then I felt as though I was like surrounded by what I can only describe as unconditional love. It's more than that. I mean, even the word love, it just doesn't do justice to it. It's like a feeling like you're home. You know, it's very, very comforting.
this river, I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming. I know change is gonna come. Oh, yes it is.
Describe what they look like.
I could, but it would probably take a whole lot of time. The reason I state that, when I got out in 1989, we had cataloged 57 different species. You have individuals that look very much like you and myself that could walk among us and you wouldn't even notice the difference, except for some of the things that they might be able to go ahead, even in a dark room, and touch an object and go ahead and identify what color that object might be. They would have a heightened sense of smell, sight, hearing. The situation is that you have various types of what we normally call grays. We didn't call them grays in the military, but you had at least 3 types of the grays. You had some that were much taller than we were. The unique thing that I'd like to point out for the most part is that the entities that we did catalog were in fact humanoid. Now this created a situation where the scientific community was trying to figure out why that would be the case, because you would expect that if life evolved on other planets, that they would take on some type of other being, so to speak, not necessarily look humanoid or be bipedal such as we are. But apparently, we got quite a few of the species out there that are humanoid in appearance, and that creates a question that yet has to be answered by science.
When the study was concluded in '64, they concluded that there were 4 different groups apparently coming and visiting us. Out of those 4 different groups, one group looked exactly like we do, so much so that they could sit beside you in a restaurant or in an airplane or in a theater, and you'd never know. And that particular point bothered the military guys a lot. The point being that some of these people from somewhere could be walking up and down the corridors of SHAPE headquarters, or they could be walking up and down the corridors of the Pentagon. One day at lunch, a lieutenant colonel made the remark, he said, "Jesus, do you realize they could even be in the White House?" And there was a little forced laughter at that point, I remember. They were apparently interplanetary, Some very likely were interstellar. They even concluded that some of them could be intergalactic. When I retired in 1976, many of our military people knew at that point that we were not simply dealing with visitations from people from other planets or star systems. They had concluded by 76 that some of these visitors very well might be multidimensional in their source.
In a country and in a world that is being run by unbelievably sick people. The chasm between what we're told is going on and what is really going on is absolutely enormous.
It's like we all know what's going down, but no one's saying shit what happened to the home of the brave. These motherfuckers, they controlling us now, and no one's talking about it, man. It's not to be slaves, and everybody's just walking around, head in the clouds, who wanna wake up to a dead in the grave. By then it's too late, we need to be ready to raise up. Welcome to the end.
Senator, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Can I ask you a quick question while you sign that? It was reported in June of 2006. You attended a meeting in Ottawa, Canada, the Bilderberg Group. Can you comment on that? What's going on at the Bilderberg meeting? What do you guys talk about up there?
I have no idea what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
you do. I was reported you were up there. People saw you up there. I just want to know what you guys talk about and meet about up there.
Sir, I don't
Why
know.
are they such top secret meetings?
I have no idea what you're talking
Your
about.
husband went to a Bilderberg meeting too. I'm just wondering. I'm not being rude or anything.
No,
I just want to know what happened at these meetings.
Well, since I wasn't there, I have no idea.
Okay, thank you, Senator.
Howard. There you go.
Listen, I am a happy member of the Bohemian Grove. I like the folks who come there, and it's really inappropriate for me to talk about the group beyond that. Thank you.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Have you been there for the ceremony with the cremation of care?
Frankly, I don't think that's something I need to talk to you about.
Really?
That's right.
Well, I'm Alex Jones, and I snuck in there in 2000. I'm the guy that blew it wide open and got the video. It's been on national TV.
Well, I disrespect you for that.
You do?
I do.
But there's a lot of big public officials going in there. Don't we deserve to know?
I don't know anything about you, and I don't know anything about your film. But if you go in there with an understanding, you violated that understanding by releasing that film, and I don't respect you for that.
Really? But we have public officials.
I'm sorry, you took an understanding when you went in there that you would not do that film. And did you have an understanding when you went in there?
No.
Did you crash it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it has no trespassing signs there too, doesn't it?
No, they put
Yes.
one there.
Oh, I'm
I just
sorry.
walked in.
I'm sorry, sir. I've been there before. I know what the circumstances are, and I'm sorry you violated the understanding. But that was not a gentlemanly thing to do.
But what about the ritual? Is the ritual genuinely?
Sir, everything. I don't owe you this comment.
I know.
This is what's called ambush journalism, and I disrespect you for that as well. So thank you.
Ever
Think about
been in
it.
the ritual?
It's none of your damn business.
Oh.